NRL fans, have you ever found yourself thinking about who the best hooker in NRL history is? If so, you're not alone. Today, I'm putting two giants of the position head-to-head, Harry Grant versus Cameron Smith. I know, it's a tough comparison, but that's exactly what makes this debate so intriguing. On one side, we have Harry Grant, the young prodigy who burst onto the scene with Melbourne Storm, and on the other, the unbeatable Cameron Smith, the icon who practically redefined the hooker position throughout his career. But what really makes this comparison so fascinating? Could Harry Grant one day surpass Smith's legacy? Or does the Storm captain still hold his absolute reign over the position? Today, I'll be diving into the stats, accomplishments, and of course, the game-changing moments of both players to determine who truly deserves the title of King of Hookers. And I invite you to reflect with me. Who do you think takes this crown? Stick with me, because I'll be exploring this rivalry and helping you decide who the true master of hookers in the NRL is. Before we begin, make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss any new videos on the best NRL comparisons. I'll start the comparison with the man of the hour, the young prodigy of the NRL, Harry Grant. When we mention Harry's name, it's impossible not to think about the immediate impact he made at Melbourne Storm when he first arrived. He didn't come to be just another player. Harry Grant came to dominate. His ability to control the game, both defensively and offensively, made him one of the most talked about names in the NRL, especially in the famous hooker position, which has always been home to legends like Cameron Smith. Harry Grant, throughout his career, has shown an intelligent game with a field vision that makes him stand out, even when compared to the biggest names in NRL history. He was drafted by Melbourne Storm in 2016, and quickly showed his potential in the lower divisions before cementing himself as a starter. One of his most remarkable traits is his field mobility, which makes him stand out, especially when the team needs a hooker who is quick, agile, and has excellent decision-making abilities. Now, imagine the situation on the field. Harry Grant receiving the ball, and with a quick and precise move, putting his players in advantageous positions. He makes the team play at his pace, always with that calm demeanor that impresses even the most experienced players. His leg speed is also something that differentiates his style. It's fast, efficient, and with an impressive ability to continue putting pressure on opponents. We can't ignore the way Grant became a key piece in the Storm's team. Even though he's younger, he proved he has the ability to be at the center of victories. In 2020, when Melbourne Storm went to the NRL final, Grant had a standout performance, acting as a true leader. He may not have the same long career as Smith, but has already proven his strength in decisive moments, like that grand final against the Penrith Panthers, where he was crucial for his team's victory. So, what do you think? Does Harry Grant have what it takes to carry the legacy of such an iconic position like hooker? Or does the throne still belong to Cameron Smith? Tell me in the comments, because your opinion is crucial in this discussion. After all, the NRL is built on rivalries and the passion of fans like you, who live and breathe the sport. What really defines Harry Grant is his evolution. He started as a developing player but quickly became one of the most respected hookers in the NRL. His contribution in moments of pressure, especially in finals, has been indisputable. Harry Grant versus Cameron Smith is a battle where the young player is increasingly earning his place in the league's history. Speaking of numbers, Harry Grant also stands out impressively. With each season, his average of impactful tackles and decisive plays increases, with him becoming one of the top players in his position in the NRL. In addition, his ability to game management and his ball handling skills have been compared to the best, showing that, even though he's younger, he possesses the characteristics of a champion. Now, maybe you're wondering, how does he compare to Cameron Smith? Well, in a Harry Grant versus Cameron Smith, Grant still has much to learn from Smith's legacy, but he has already demonstrated exceptional qualities that could put him on the same level one day. His ability to adapt to different playing styles and his tactical vision make him an extraordinary player, who is gradually leaving his own mark in the NRL. If you're enjoying this analysis and love this kind of comparison, hit the like button here on the video. It's a simple gesture, but it makes all the difference for me and the channel. With your support, I can continue bringing amazing content about the greatest NRL names, just for you. Let's do this together. Hit that like, and let's go. Now that we've explored Harry Grant's achievements, it's time to dive into the legacy of Cameron Smith, the man who many consider the greatest hooker of all time. Let's talk about a career marked by consistency, leadership, and absolute dominance on the field. And, of course, in this VS comparison between Smith and Grant, we need to understand what truly places Smith in a category of his own in rugby league. First, we need to recognize that Cameron Smith was not just a player. He was a field general. Throughout his incredible NRL career, he accumulated records that still seem unachievable. He played an impressive 430 games in the NRL, all representing the Melbourne Storm. That number isn't just a statistic, but a symbol of the longevity and consistency he maintained in such a physical sport. Titles and achievements are also part of Cameron Smith's name. He officially won 3 NRL titles, not counting those that were stripped due to the salary cap scandal. Even so, his impact was undeniable, being the captain who led his team to the top, regardless of adversity. If you've made it this far, it's because, like me, you also admire the legacy left by giants of rugby league. Cameron Smith wasn't just a player. He was a symbol of excellence, leadership, and passion for the sport. Now, I want to hear from you. What's your favorite memory of Cameron Smith on the field? That moment that made you cheer, support, or even get emotional? Leave your comment down below. Share your opinion, because this space is all yours, made for those who love and breathe rugby league. He was the pillar of a team that defined an era, proving that his talent transcended any controversy. And this isn't just about numbers. It's about how he controlled the rhythm of the game and led his team with mastery. Cameron Smith was the type of player who made everyone around him play better. His calm under pressure was unmatched, allowing him to make the best decisions in the most critical moments. Speaking of control, let's highlight his game intelligence. Cameron Smith was often called the coach on the field. His ability to read the game in real time, adjust strategies, and exploit the opponent's weaknesses was almost supernatural. He knew when to speed up the game, when to force an error from the opponent, and when to slow it down to regain control. This is exactly what makes this VS comparison so interesting. If you love rugby league and want to keep exploring incredible stories like Cameron Smith's, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Here, we dive deep into the world of the sport we love, bringing you epic comparisons, analyses, and more. Hit the subscribe button and join this passionate community. Your presence makes all the difference. While Harry Grant brings explosiveness and energy, Smith was the master of patience and planning. And how can we not mention his goal-kicking accuracy? Cameron Smith wasn't just a hooker. He was one of the best kickers in the NRL. With over 2,800 career points, he is the all-time top scorer in the league. That's a monumental achievement and highlights his versatility as a player. Few hookers in history have had this ability to consistently score, turning close games into decisive victories. We've reached the decisive moment. On one side, we have Harry Grant, the new face of Melbourne Storm and a talent that's redefining the role of hooker in modern NRL. He's already shown he can be decisive in critical moments, displays impeccable technical ability, and has a promising career ahead. Without a doubt, he is the hooker leading the new generation. On the other side, there's Cameron Smith, a true rugby league legend. With a career spanning nearly 2 decades, Smith not only won titles but also reinvented what it means to be a hooker. His leadership, consistency, and impact both at Melbourne Storm and in the NRL as a whole make him a player who transcends the game. So, who's the best? If we look at history, Cameron Smith is undoubtedly the greatest hooker of all time. His achievements, longevity, and legacy speak for themselves. However, Harry Grant is just starting his journey, and he has the potential to create a legacy that could place him on the same level as Smith in the future. What about you? Do you agree with this decision? Or do you think Harry Grant is already the king of hookers? Leave your opinion in the comments. I'd love to know who you think deserves the title of greatest hooker of all time.